right, boys and girls, we're going to go ahead and start our handwriting lesson for the letters X and Z. These are the last two letters that we have to learn that are lowercase in the alphabet. So we're going to do the letters X and Z. It's going to be in your orange handwriting book on page 63 and 64. So if you need to go grab your handwriting books, go ahead and pause this video and go grab your book and grab a pencil so you can practice with us. I'm going to go ahead and use my dry erase board and my dry erase marker to model the letter X. So we're going to start on page 63 with the letter X. You can go ahead and just watch me. We call the letter X a slide down letter, and that's because it slides down. So you're going to start, I have my double lines here, you're going to start on the top line and you're going to slide down on a diagonal. And we're not going straight up and down, we're going on a diagonal. So then you're going to go on the other side and you're going to go slide back this way. And you want to cross it in the middle there. Can you see my X? So you want to try to cross in the middle. So we're going to start over here, slide down to the bottom line, go to the other side and slide down. And I try to cross it in the middle. Sometimes when we make our X's, some friends will cross way at the top like that. See that right there? We want to try to cross more in the middle like these guys over here. So make sure when you're making your X, you try to cross it in the middle there. You will also notice that the letter X sits between the two lines. These are lowercase x's, so they're going to fit between the lines. We don't want to go above the line like that because what would that be? A capital X, that's right. And we're not making capital X's today. We're just making lowercase x's. So there's my lowercase x. So we're going to go ahead and practice that now and do that in your orange handwriting books. You'll see at the top they show a picture of a student sliding down the slide because that's what you're going to do. You're going to start the top line and you're going to slide down and then you're going to go to the other side and you're going to slide down and try to cross it in the middle there. So let's go ahead and get started. Remember, we trace to practice, so make sure you get your pencil out. Start it at the very top where that dot is, and you want to slide down to the right, go back up to the top, and then slide down to the left. So trace that X for me, and then we're going to go ahead and get started and do it all by yourself. So start the dot is there to guide you, so put your pencil on the dot, slide down to the right, go back up to the top, slide down to the left, and try to cross it in the middle. Then we're going to trace it again, slide down to the right, go back up, slide down to the left. Nice job. Let's practice or do it on our own. Start the dot, slide down to the bottom, right, go back up, slide down to the left. And I'd like you to keep doing that for the rest of them. Trace it, and then write it. Trace it, and write it. And then trace it, and then at the very end here, you're going to write it all by yourself. And there's no dot there because they want you to have a good feel already of how to make the letter X. So you should know that you start over here on the left, but you slide down to the right, go up to the top again, slide down to the left, and make sure you try to cross it in the middle. Then if you have an adult with you or maybe an older brother or sister, they can check how you did your X. And if you did a fantastic job, they can give you that big check mark there for doing a nice job on the letter X. All right, we're going to go ahead and turn the page to page 64. And this is our letter Z page. Z for zebra. And I have my dry erase board here again, and I'm going to model how to make the lowercase letter Z. Now the letter Z is also a slide down letter, but we have to go over first, cross the top, slide down, and then go across the bottom. So watch me. So I'm going to start on the top line, and again, just like the lowercase x, it's going to sit between these two lines because it's a lowercase letter. It doesn't go above the line or below, it sits right between. So you're going to start at the top on the left, draw a straight line across the top, then you're going to slide down to the left, and then go straight across the bottom line again. Okay, let me show you one more time. Go across the top, slide down to the bottom line, and then go across the bottom. Okay, good. And if you think you need to practice that a few times, go ahead and use your scrap paper and practice the lowercase letter Z a few times before you do it in your book if you'd like. Okay, so now again, if you look at the top here, it's going to show you all the steps to making the letter Z. So you're going to go across the top, then you're going to slide down to the left, and then you're going to go back across the bottom to the right. So let's go ahead, and at the bottom here, we're going to start the dot, and we're going to trace the letter Z, and then we're going to copy it and make it all by ourselves. So let's start here at the lowercase letter Z. Start the dot, go across the top, slide down, and then go across the bottom again. Let's go ahead and see if you can do it on your own. Start the dot, go across the top, slide down to the left, and then go back across the bottom. Let's trace it. Go across the top, slide down to the bottom, and then go across the bottom again. Let's see if you can write it on your own. Start the dot, go across the top, slide down, go across the bottom. Very nice. All right, I'm going to let you go ahead and I'm going to let you work on your own. So you're going to trace the Z and then write it. Trace the Z and then write it. Trace the Z and then write it all by yourself here at the very end. And remember, there's no dots here because they want to see that you can do it on your own and you have a good idea of where to start and where to stop. So you're going to go across the top line, slide down, and go across the bottom. Then when you're finished, you can ask your mom or dad or an adult that's with you to check it. And if you did a wonderful job with making your letter Z, they can give you that big check mark there to show that you have completed your letter Z. Nice work today on your letters X and Z. Next week, we're going to do some review with handwriting because you guys are all finished with your letters. Nice work today.